Welcome back to today's crypto market update. Bitcoin is making headlines once again after surging above $65,000 following a major geopolitical breakthrough between the United States and Iran. The announcement of a peace agreement between the two nations sparked a wave of optimism across global financial markets and helped push Bitcoin to its highest level in nearly 2 weeks. According to market data, Bitcoin climbed above $65,500 and reached an intraday high close to $65,900. This represents a strong recovery from last week's sharp decline when Bitcoin briefly fell below $60,000, its lowest level since late 2024. The market rally began after officials from both countries confirmed that a deal had been reached. Former U.S. President Donald Trump stated that the agreement with Iran was complete and announced plans to reopen the Strait of Hormuz while removing the U.S. naval blockades. Although the full details of the agreement have not yet been released, reports indicate that a formal signing ceremony is expected later this week. The peace deal immediately affected global markets. Oil prices dropped significantly as traders reduced concerns about supply disruptions in the Middle East. Brent crude oil fell more than 4%, moving closer to $83 per barrel. Lower energy prices can help ease inflation pressures and reduce the likelihood that central banks will keep interest rates elevated for an extended period. As a result, investors moved back into risk assets. Asian stock markets rallied, Japan's Nikkei index approached record levels, and U.S. stock futures moved higher. The weakening U.S. dollar also provided additional support for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The broader crypto market joined Bitcoin's recovery. Ethereum climbed above $1,700, Solana traded near $71, XRP moved close to $1.19, and Hyperliquid's HYPE token gained more than 7% during the rally. Despite the strong rebound, market volatility remains extremely high. Data from CoinGlass shows that more than 100,000 traders were liquidated over the past 24 hours, resulting in approximately $338 million in total liquidations. The largest single liquidation was a Bitcoin position worth more than $6 million on Binance. However, not everyone is convinced that the rally marks the beginning of a new bull run. From a technical perspective, Bitcoin still faces several challenges. Analysts note that the cryptocurrency has been forming lower highs and lower lows since late 2025. While the recent rebound is encouraging, Bitcoin has not yet managed to reclaim the critical $80,000 resistance level. As long as that level remains unbroken, many traders believe the broader market structure still favors sellers. Technical indicators also present mixed signals. The MACD indicator remains below its signal line, suggesting that bearish momentum has not fully disappeared. The Relative Strength Index, or RSI, currently sits below the neutral 50 level, indicating that market sentiment remains cautious despite recent gains. Another concern is trading volume. Compared to the massive rallies seen throughout 2024 and 2025, current volume levels remain relatively weak. Many analysts believe that a breakout above $68,000 would require significantly stronger buying pressure to confirm that demand is returning to the market. Investors are also closely watching Bitcoin ETF flows. Recent weeks saw a prolonged period of outflows from spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds listed in the United States. Those withdrawals played a major role in Bitcoin's recent decline and raised concerns about institutional demand. Adding to market uncertainty, Strategy, formerly known as MicroStrategy, recently sold 32 Bitcoin worth approximately $2.5 million. Although the company later explained that the sale was simply a process test and not a sign of financial stress. The move still influenced market sentiment and reminded investors that even major Bitcoin holders occasionally take profits. Some analysts remain cautious about Bitcoin's outlook. Crypto analyst Crypto Lens recently suggested that Bitcoin could potentially fall toward $48,000 or even $43,000 if the current long-term downtrend continues. While this remains only one possible scenario, it highlights the uncertainty that still exists in the market. For now, the key level to watch is $68,000. A successful breakout above that area could strengthen bullish momentum and open the door for further gains. On the other hand, if Bitcoin fails to hold the $60,000 to $65,000 support zone, traders may once again focus on last week's lows. The coming days could be crucial. Investors will be watching the official signing of the U.S. Iran agreement, monitoring ETF inflows and outflows, and looking for signs that institutional demand is returning to the market. One thing is certain, Bitcoin remains highly sensitive to global events. And today's rally is another reminder that geopolitical developments can have a major impact on cryptocurrency prices. That's all for today's crypto market update. Stay informed, stay safe, and keep an eye on the charts because the next big move could be just around the corner.